Chapter-1 History and Generations of Computer. Chapter Ethics. Early computing devices, generations of computer, mechanical counting devices. Present-day computer is a product of many improvements over a period of time. In this chapter, we will learn about the brief description of computer history and different generations of computer. Early computing devices. Fingers were man's earliest calculating device. By increasing or decreasing the number of fingers, he was able to perform simple addition and subtraction. Mechanical counting devices. After early counting devices, mechanical counting devices were made. The limitations of the human body's 10 fingers and 10 toes apparently caused early man to construct a tool to help him with calculations. The first step towards computing was the invention of abacus around 3000 years ago by the ancient Babylonians and later developed in China. Advance your knowledge. Abacus was the first calculating device used to add and subtract numbers. It was developed in 3000 BC in China. It was also called a counting frame. In 1614, a Scottish mathematician, Sir John Napier, created a device called Napier's bones that used the printed decimal points, logarithms, and numbered sticks for calculating. In 1642, a French mathematician, Blaise Pascal, invented Pascaline. It consisted of a box with movable gears. This machine could perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Advance your knowledge. Pascaline is known as the first successful mechanical calculator. The principle of Pascaline is still used today in water meter, odometer, and speedometer. Mathematician Gottfried Leibniz built a calculator called Leibniz calculator in 1671 that could add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers. It could also find square roots. In 1801, Joseph Mary Jacquard, a silk weaver, invented an improved textile loom. The Jacquard loom was the first machine to use punctured card. These punch cards controlled the weaving, enabling an ordinary workman to produce the most beautiful patterns in a style previously accomplished only with patience, skill, and hard work. Charles Babbage, a mathematics professor, designed an automatic calculating machine in 1822. He called it difference engine. In 1823, he thought of a mechanical construction which was known as mechanical digital computer. Babbage called it as analytical engine. This provided a base for the development of modern computers. Charles Babbage is rightly called the father of computers. Advance your knowledge. Augusta Ada Baron, Countess of Lovelace, worked with Babbage and created a program for the analytical engine. She is known as the first computer programmer. In 1889, an American named Herman Hollerith invented a counting machine called tabulating machine to count the population of USA. It was based on punched cards. Herman Hollerith was the founder of the world's largest computer company, IBM, International Business Machines. Mark I was designed by the engineers of IBM. It was the first fully automatic digital computer. It was made in 1944. It did not need any human invention once started. In 1942, ENIAC Electrical Numerical Integrator and Calculator was built by John P. Eckert and John W. Mauchly. It was known as the first general-purpose digital computer. After this, some other models were invented by John Eckert and John W. Mauchly, such as EDVAC, Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer, and UNIVAC, Universal Automatic Computer. Generations of the computer. Generation refers to the state of improvement in product development process. Similarly, we can say generation of computer refers to the state of improvement of computer technology. The computers in the past were not just like computers today. In the starting, computers were with very less features. Day by day, the technology developed, new features were added, and the computer became smaller and faster. The following are the developments of computer in span of time. UNIVAC 1. Universal Automatic Computer. Desktop computer or personal computer PC. Mini computer. Smartphone. Handheld. Notebook. Accordingly, the computers are classified into 5 generations. Let's study about each generation individually. The first generation. The first generation computers were very big in size, slow to work, and expensive in cost. This generation began approximately in the year 1940. Technology used vacuum tubes. Size very big. Speed very slow. Storage very less. Cost very high. Reliability very less. Limitations: emitted a lot of heat. Language used machine language. Time period 1945 to 1958. Vacuum tubes emitted a lot of heat, and as a result, the machine heated very soon and needed coolers or ACs to cool down. The computers of this generation were very large in size, and it was very difficult to find out if any part was not in working condition. Some examples of this generation computers are ENIAC computer, UNIVAC computer. The second generation. In 1947, Bell Laboratories invented transistors which can function like vacuum tubes. These transistors were faster, reliable, smaller, and cheaper. They replaced vacuum tubes. Technology used transistors. Size smaller than first generation computers. Speed higher than first generation computers. Storage increased. Cost relatively less. Reliability higher than first generation computers. Limitations: emitted some heat. Language used assembly language. Time period 1959 to 1960. Transistors were the electronic devices used in most electronic machines. One transistor could represent 40 to 50 vacuum tubes. Some examples of this generation computers are IBM 700, IBM 1401, Atlas. The third generation. Transistors played a tremendous role in the development of computers. But due to its limitations, integrated circuits (ICs) were invented. Number of transistors could be replaced on a single chip. Technology used: integrated circuits. Size smaller. Speed higher. Storage increased. Cost less. Reliability high. Limitations none. Language used high-level language. Time period 1965 to 1970. These computers were relatively more durable and reliable. Some examples of this generation computers are IBM 360, IBM 370, ICL 1900. The fourth generation. The invention of microprocessors made a dramatic change in the world of computers. Microprocessors are small single chips capable of performing very fast calculations. Advance your knowledge. The integrated circuit or IC is also called chip. Technology used. Large-scale integrated circuits. Size smaller. Speed very fast. Storage very high. Cost less. Reliability very high. Limitations none. Language used high-level language. Time period 1971 to till date. Some examples of this generation computers are IBM 4300, ICE 2900. Advance your knowledge. Microprocessor is a single chip that can do all the processing of a computer. The modern PCs personal computers use microprocessors. The fifth generation, future computers. The computers of the next generation will have millions of transistors built up on a single chip. Technology used, artificial intelligence. Size, very small. Speed, extremely fast. Storage, extremely big. Cost, very less. Reliability, 100%. Limitations, none. Language used, high-level language. Time period, yet to come. Advance your knowledge. Microprocessor is a single chip that can do all the processing of a computer. The modern PCs personal computers use microprocessors. Take a review. Fingers were man's earliest calculating device. Charles Babbage is called the father of computers. Mark I was the first fully automatic digital computer. The technology used in first generation was vacuum tubes. The technology used in second generation was transistors. The technology used in third generation was integrated circuits. The technology used in fourth generation is very large-scale integration. The technology used in fifth generation will be artificial intelligence.